Hey guys, this is like the fourth or fifth time I've tried to make this video. So I apologize if it seems a little chaotic. I keep getting interrupted. Anyway, so this is a really important video that I've been wanting to make for quite a while, and it has been requested quite a few times. You know, again, I apologize if it seems a little chaotic in the video. I didn't really have a whole lot of time to organize it. But I will try to get as much information across as best as I can in the video. So basically what this is about, you know, as most of you who have watched me know over the last year and a half, we have made a lot of dramatic changes to our lifestyle, our diet, and things like that. And the reason for doing that was I wanted to be able to clean up my body because I had found out that I had a lot of health issues. I knew that I had health issues, but I didn't know what they were caused from. Doctors could never figure it out, and blah, blah, blah. It took a lot of research. It took going to a naturopath and all that to kind of figure out what the deal was. I need you to be quiet over there, please. Okay, so, yeah, what I was saying was that, you know, we went through and we've figured out a lot of what was causing a lot of my health issues. And one of the videos that I had made right when I was kind of starting the process, I think it was about a year and a half ago or so, something like that, I had mentioned, and actually I'll put a little clip of that video in here if I can. I had mentioned in that one of my big goals was to get my body cleaned up in order to have a normal, healthy pregnancy for the very first time, which I had never been able to do. And if I could accomplish that, then I knew that I had done something right.
My goal through all this is to basically heal my body. Tony's all into this too. He wants to heal himself. And in doing that, healing these problems that I've had without having to use drugs, because I believe that you should be able to heal yourself, I should be able to, within the next 6 months or a year, be able to get pregnant and stay pregnant with a healthy pregnancy, healthy baby, without any progesterone suppositories, without having to be on bed rest, without having the worry of having another miscarriage. I should be able to heal my body, and it should be able to handle that naturally, healthy, all that. And if I can do that, and if I can, you know, share kind of my progress through all this stuff, maybe I can help you guys, because you know, instead of going and spending all this money on these fertility drugs, maybe you could start actually looking at your diets and making some small, subtle changes at first, and hopefully more as time goes on. Make some changes to your diets.
Well, guess what? Obviously, it's happening. We did something right. I want to make sure that I get across to you guys, especially those of you who are struggling with infertility issues. I want to make sure that you guys kind of have an idea of what we've done. And then just anybody with any kind of health issues, you need to know this stuff because it does affect everyone. It affects everyone in different ways, whether it be fertility issues, whether it be just, you know, different diseases, anything. This is all information that you need to know. I want to kind of talk just a little tiny bit about specific things to try to avoid in different foods and personal care products. And then I'll just give you a very quick example of some of the things that I used. I mean, this is a quick example. It's just a couple, well, not a couple, it's quite a few, but it's just some products that I pulled together really quickly from in our house to kind of show you the types of things that we're using. Okay. The changes that need to be made really with anybody, you guys need to be aware of this information. You know, they're simple changes. They're very, very simple changes, not always so easy. Or maybe I should put it the other way around, you know. They're easy changes, not always so simple. It's just, you know, we become accustomed to using certain products, eating certain foods, doing things a certain way, and to make those changes, even if it's just simply changing a brand that's a little healthier, some people, they find it very difficult to do that, but it needs to be done because there are things that need to be avoided. When it comes to foods, I do recommend that when it comes to different ingredients in foods and things like that, I would go to, like, check out the EWG website. And by the way, I'll post these websites underneath the video so you guys can go and look at them. But the EWG Environmental Working Group, they've got a really cool website. And they have like a list they put together. It's called the Dirty Dozen. There's also the Clean 15, but the Dirty Dozen is the one I'm most concerned about. When it comes to buying produce, you know, you can't always get organic. It's almost impossible to always get organic, and it's very expensive to get organic. But it's important. So if you can't always get organic foods, what are the foods that, you know, you really got to be picky about? You know, if I can't always get organic in this, well, that's okay, but you really should always get it in this, kind of a thing. There's a list called the Dirty Dozen, and it is a list of produce items that should always, always be eaten organic. Never, ever, ever eat them not organic, because they are some of the more heavily sprayed items. For example, I think top of the list is apples. You will never, ever catch me eating an apple that is not organic anymore. Because when you go to the store and you buy this beautiful, shiny red apple, the stuff that has been put on that apple to make it look that way, that apple could be months and months old. You have no idea. It's just coated in a wax and all kinds of different chemicals on it and blah, 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 to make it look pretty. But you're ingesting all that stuff. And when you do eat an apple that's not organic, I want to say it's something like 14 different chemicals or something like that you are ingesting. These are chemicals, you know, on the apples and in your foods and things like that, that do a lot of damage when you're eating things like that, with these chemicals that are in everything. They accumulate over time. They just keep on accumulating and accumulating, and they just do so much damage. Anyway, I don't want to keep rambling about that, but check out the EWG website, look at your foods, look at the different types of things that you're buying, kind of investigate that stuff. You want to definitely avoid GMOs. GMOs is genetically modified organism, anything genetically modified, which, because the two top GMO items out there are basically like corn and soy, and corn is like freaking in everything now. It's hard to find a non-GMO product, but just research GMO, try to find that stuff out. There are websites out there you can go to help you find products that are non-GMO, but that's a really important thing. Your body does not react well to GMOs well at all. Long story short, basically, genetically modified food, when you put it in your system, your body's immediate reaction to anything foreign or that it doesn't like is to create inflammation. And inflammation leads to everything: illness, disease, arthritis, any kind of issue you have in your body basically starts by your body becoming inflamed. And anytime you put in anything foreign, genetically modified is foreign, into your body responds by becoming inflamed, and a huge inflammation response goes on. And that can affect all kinds of different things. So you want to avoid GMOs. Really, really pay attention to items with corn and soy in it. Big deal. So, you know, those are really, really important things to get organic. If you're actually going to buy corn, buy organic corn. And, you know, I think for some reason that on the Clean 15, you know, I was talking about Dirty Dozen, Clean 15. For some reason, I'm thinking that corn was listed on the Clean 15, but they may have been talking about how much it's actually sprayed versus GMO. And I'm just talking GMO right now. GMO is just something you want to avoid. And to avoid GMO, you need to steer more towards the organic. Although that's not necessarily always 100%. But anyway, I'm not going to keep rambling about that. Obviously, avoid boxed foods. Boxed foods, you know, you're going to get nothing but processed fillers, chemicals, preservatives, MSG, all these horrible, horrible things that when put into your body, again, causes inflammation. It causes your hormones to just completely go out of balance. I mean, that's a big deal for the people who are struggling with infertility. Myself, you know, it really, eating those types of things affected my hormones dramatically from what I found out. Overwhelmed my liver dramatically. You know, you've also got to make sure that, you know, if you're someone who doesn't eliminate properly, if you're not going number 2, like 2 and 3 times a day, and you're eating like that, that's not good, because you're putting all that bad stuff in and your body's elimination process is not working properly, so you're not getting that out. And that means that it's building up and building up and building up in your body, and over time it's doing a lot of damage. You might not necessarily be feeling it immediately, but you will. You definitely will over time, and that's what happened to me. Let's see. Oh, another big thing you want to avoid is aspartame. Aspartame, horrible, bad. Aspartame is in almost all chewing gum, almost. You want to make sure that you specifically look, if you're going to chew gum, specifically look for an aspartame-free gum. That does not mean sugar-free, because when you see sugar-free, that's a huge indication that it's going to have aspartame in it. So these wonderful, healthy for diabetics, candies and all this stuff out there, sugar-free, blah, 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 no. It's going to be loaded with chemicals, it's going to have aspartame in it and tons of other artificial sweeteners that are horrible for you. Diet colas, don't drink them. A diet cola is way worse than a regular cola. We shouldn't be drinking sodas to begin with, although I am definitely, I love a soda. Oh my God, I love it. I don't drink soda pop nearly as much as I used to, nearly as much. But on occasion I will have one. But you will never, ever, ever catch me having a diet. Never. Loaded with chemicals. They're horrible for you. Salt. If you like to salt your foods and things like that, don't ever buy the iodized salt. You know, I won't say the brand name, but everybody knows that typical brand of salt, table salt that everybody gets in that container. Yeah. Not good stuff. There's different processes that are done to that table salt that is really bad for your body. But your body does need salt. It just doesn't need that kind of salt because of what they do to it and all the chemicals. So what we need to change to is using a sea salt. And it's going to have the same flavor. I mean, see, I have had no differences. I haven't noticed any issues with switching salts at all. It's the same flavor to me. I've always loved salt. You're just using a different kind. It's a little more expensive, but it's way healthier for you. Use something like a Himalayan pink sea salt. You know, sea salts will definitely have color to them, a variety of different colors because of different minerals and things that are in the salt, which is what your body needs. You need that stuff. If it's a white salt, don't use it. Just don't use it. You know, getting into like skincare, again, I do recommend going to the EWG site, but there's a different website for the skincare portion of it. It's their skincare database, Skin Deep database, something like that. I'll put a link below this video for that. That's really cool because you can actually take an ingredient, you can look at the back of your product and you can say, I wonder what this is, and I wonder what it does and how it's rated, and you can type that in and see what that ingredient is, how it's rated. Or simply, they have thousands of different products listed on that website, and you can just say, you know what, my Dove skincare or my whatever, my CoverGirl makeup or whatever, I want to check it out and see how it rates on their website. You can actually type it in.
Look, Mommy.
I see that, buddy. You can type it in and you can see how dangerous that product is. They're not going to have all products listed, but they've got a very wonderful large database. They cover a lot of products, so that's a really good one to check out. You want to avoid parabens, phthalates, artificial fragrance, dyes, sulfates. Those are all chemicals that when put on your skin, if it's in your lotion and your hair care or whatever, it's absorbed into your system right away, and they disrupt hormones. Again, I'm talking hormones specifically because I'm kind of targeting, people that are dealing with the same issues that I had, like infertility and all that. But this is for everyone. It really, those chemicals attack your hormones, attack really anything in your system. It sends everything out of whack. So you just want to avoid those things. You can research parabens and phthalates and find out exactly what they are, why they do what they do. If you see something with fragrance on it, if it just says fragrance, artificial fragrance, whatever, avoid it. It's horrible. I think fragrance on a scale of 0 to 10, 10 being the worst on the EWG website, I want to say fragrance is like an 8 or a 9. It is horrible. Now, if it's a real, from nature fragrance, if it's an all natural fragrance, okay, that's fine. But most products, when it just says fragrance in it, it's going to be some type of a chemical artificial fragrance, and it might smell wonderful, but it's not good for you. You want to try to avoid that stuff. So yeah, that's just a lot of the things you want to avoid. I will go through and I'll kind of show you some of the products that I use. Both, I've got a few foods here, I've got some skincare, I've got oral care, I've got laundry stuff. I'll kind of give you an example of some of the stuff that I'm using. Now, not all of this stuff is perfectly organic, it's not. I mean, we do our best, but a lot of that stuff is pretty expensive. We just try to avoid as much of that bad stuff as possible. And by doing that, over this last year, Tony and I have both cleaned up our bodies so dramatically. We feel considerably different. And again, obviously, I am now pregnant with the very first healthy pregnancy I've ever had. This is pregnancy number 9 for me. And I've had 7 losses. My son, my miracle baby, he was a really, really hard pregnancy. We made it through, but he was a tough pregnancy because I didn't know this stuff at that time, but I do now. So I'm going to kind of show you a couple like the food items. Like for example, with my son, if he wants to have a treat, I found a company called Yummy Earth, and this is an example of his lollipops. It does have sugar and stuff in it. So no, this is not the healthiest thing in the world. But if you're going to give your child a treat, at least it should be something that's not loaded with all the crap. This is certified organic, no artificial dyes. It's tree nut free, real fruit extracts. It's 100% natural flavors, 100% vegan. There's no high fructose corn syrup. Gluten-free, peanut-free, soy-free, dairy-free, fat-free, no MSG, and they are yummy, super yummy. So that's an example of the lollipops. If we're going to give them a treat, that's what he gets there. Or he's got like their little fruit snacks and different things like that. So that's what he gets there. Peanut butter, I really like this right here. It's like a powdered peanut butter. All natural, no additives. I won't really go into a lot of the details, but this is something worth checking out. I really like this stuff. In order to get, fiber and healthy fatty acids and things like that, I really, really like chia seeds. This is some of the chia seeds that we use. You can mix these into anything. We'll sprinkle them on salads since we do a lot of salads. Sprinkle them on salads, and Cam eats them no problem on his salads. You can put them into puddings or whatever. You can actually make a really neat pudding using these because you put them into a liquid and they kind of expand and get jellied, and I don't even know how to describe it, but they're good. Chia seeds. We use a lot of coconut oil, both in cooking, skincare. Coconut oil is amazing on your skin. Those pregnant bellies that are out there, use coconut oil on your pregnant bellies. You can use this like to remove your makeup. That's really good, like eye makeup and stuff like that. I mean, it's good for anything and everything. Coconut oil is fantastic. When it comes to oral care, a big thing to avoid is fluoride. Do not use fluoride. Bad. And, also in toothpastes are typically not only fluoride, unless you're getting fluoride free, but there's also things like aspartame in toothpaste and things like that. This is a toothpaste that we use. You can see that. I really like it. Neem pomegranate. And I'm losing my voice. Neem is really, really good for your mouth and oral care. Neem is fantastic. And that's a big reason why we use this mouthwash. Neem mouthwash. And this tastes really, really good. It's a cinnamon flavor. Fantastic. Paraben-free, alcohol-free, gluten-free. Same with this. I had really, really sore teeth, and I was really thinking that I was going to have to go in and have more work done on my teeth, and then I started using this stuff, and all that soreness has gone away. It's gone. When it comes to like deodorant and things like that, most deodorants, the deodorants that are out there, I won't use. But they do have some really good natural ones. This is an example of like a mineral deodorant body spray that I use. So there's that stuff. Let's see. Skincare. Things like skincare. If you want to do like a really good skin mask or something, I would use something like a clay on your face. You can do baking soda paste or scrub on your face. You can use like a turmeric mask on your face. Turmeric is really good for you, both internally and externally. Here comes my cat. This is some bentonite detox. This is actually something that you can ingest. Take a spoonful of this like every day. But I will also use this on my face. That's an idea for just a nice like clay mask or something. But there are different actual clay masks that you can purchase that are really good. For just a general toner, if you want to use a toner on your face, I will most often just use witch hazel. This one is a witch hazel with aloe vera that I really like. I also have my plant. I have 3 aloe vera plants and I love them. Any kind of issues that you have on your skin, you snip some of this off and actually use the aloe gel that's in it on your skin, and it works amazing. I say a lot. Sorry about that. Some other skincare products. Cora's. It's not totally 100% organic, but what's good about this is that you're not going to have the parabens. You're not going to have mineral oil, which is horrible. You're not going to have, you know, the propylene glycol and these different horrible things. There's no phthalates and a lot of that stuff. So a lot of the things that I was mentioning that you really need to avoid, this is a good one. Korres does not contain a lot of that stuff. And then we also use this brand as well. We've got their shampoo, body wash, lotion. So now this does have, it does say fragrance in it, but a lot of the other things as far as the parabens, phthalates, petrochemicals, it does not contain. So like I said, it's not that these are all perfect. You know, it's not that you can avoid all of those horrible things in all your products, but do your best to try to avoid as much as possible. So this is a good brand. I like it. Some of the skincare that I'll use, this is kind of a neat one. Yes to Tomatoes Clear Skin. There is a daily moisturizer. I've got these little wipes that I also use. I like these quite a bit. They've helped my skin quite a bit. Paraben free. I also tend to use things like, oh yeah, my cat just got fur all over this. Jojoba oil. I use that a lot. This is a brand that I use for a facial cleanser. It's almost gone. This is the Detox System by Giovanni. Eco Chic Skincare with activated charcoal, volcanic ash, and super antioxidants, acai and goji berry. So there's that one. A line that I found, it is a little more expensive, but it's a good line. I like it. Is by Suzanne Summers. She has come out with her own Suzanne Organics, and I'll show you like everything I have of hers. I've got this everyday cleanser. I've got this body butter. There's a toner. This is an ageless serum. Okay, I just got cut off again, so my memory card ran out. I had to restart it. So I was right in the middle of showing you the Suzanne Organics. I think I showed you a few of those. I've also got the Advanced Night Cream. I have the Bioactive Moisturizer. And then the eye cream. I don't know if you can really see that. Anyway, so there's that. And then I like her skincare. The only bad thing is if you are someone who tends to actually have breakouts, it didn't really help my breakouts. It's fabulous for just helping, you know, aging skin. Fabulous for that. But as far as like people who are prone to breakouts, like I kind of am, it didn't necessarily help me a whole lot with that. That skincare didn't. Now this other stuff, you know, that I use, like the Yes to Carrots and that, or whatever, that, you know, helped a little bit more.
I need the sucker.
I will, honey, not right now though. He told me I need to eat my sucker. He's having one of his lollipops. Now, one thing, a product of hers that I really do love is her foundation. Now that I found her foundation, I don't think that I'll go to anything else. It covers really, really nicely, and it is completely toxic free. The color matches my face perfectly. This is her foundation. And I love it. I absolutely love it. It's not the consistency of a typical foundation. It's different. You know, there's some adjustment, getting used to it. But I love it. And since starting to use this, I do notice a big difference in my skin. You know, obviously I've got some other skin issues going on because of the pregnancy and hormones and all that. But I can definitely notice differences and better things happening by using this stuff. Let's see. Okay. And then, like, you know, when it comes to cleaning products or laundry or whatever, you gotta, again, remember that anything you're using in your household is getting into your body. So you want to try to avoid a lot of the, you know, big chemicals, especially around your children. Oh my gosh. We use a lot of Melaleuca. Like, this is Melaleuca laundry detergent. Melaleuca laundry, the fabric softener sheets. I really like that. And of course we have like their dishwashing detergent and stuff like that. There are a couple other brands that I really want to try. I've heard really good things about, and I'm going to try. But I do use a lot of Melaleuca, and I am a part of Melaleuca. I'll put a link below if you guys want to check out the Melaleuca stuff. I don't necessarily use a whole lot of their like vitamins or anything like that, but their household products I love. I really like them, and I use a lot of those. I know he's going to start drawing a picture for me. Oh, that's lovely. Good job. Now a couple other things that I want to mention, things that like vitamins, pain care items, things like that. Something that I would use, I don't really use this right now that I'm pregnant, but I love it for a little energy boost. Instead of using those energy drinks that are out there, I won't say the names, but those energy drinks that are out there, which are really loaded up with crap. I really, really like this. This is by Andrew Lessman. I like his products. This is his Urgent Energy. And this stuff is awesome. All natural energy, ephedrine free. You know, not only do I just want to be careful what I'm putting into my body, but because I've had heart issues, I need to be careful when it comes to anything like energy-wise. I need to be especially careful. And I've never had an issue using this. I don't really use it during pregnancy. I don't really know how safe it is during pregnancy. I mean, I wouldn't think it would be bad, but it's just not something that I use. But when I'm not pregnant, this is something, if I do need a little extra energy boost or something like that, versus using something like an energy drink, this is something that I would use. When it comes to pain relief, I like this stuff, Natural Relief, and then I also have, there's this, Natural Relief for women. Really, it's the exact same product. The only difference is with the women's, it has dandelion root, ginger root, and red raspberry leaf, which all of those are great for anybody. So, you know, for example, like if he wakes up in the middle of the night and he's got a leg cramp or something like that, I actually do give him the women's because it tastes better. It's chewable. This has more of like a mint flavor to it, and he doesn't care for that. So I just give him the women's. And this is his picture that he just drew. Very nice. You showing the picture? Cool. Okay, let me finish now. I give him the women's. It's not that it's going to affect him badly in any way, because the dandelion root, ginger root, and red berry, and it's all good stuff. So, but the actual pain relief aspect of this is the bromelain. Bromelain is actually from pineapples. Fabulous for you. It works really well. It's not nearly as fast acting as, you know, an over-the-counter tablet pain reliever. But, you know, when kind of transitioning over to a little bit different lifestyle like this, you have to remember that we kind of have to give up this immediate gratification obsession that we have in society. We totally do. With anything. We tend to rely on that way too much. And when it comes to a pain reliever or something like that, there are definitely a more natural or alternative out there that's much safer for you. But it's going to work differently, and you just have to kind of be accustomed. You have to kind of get used to that. But as your body gets healthier, you don't have a lot of the aches and pains anyway that you used to. So in using this stuff and changing the way your diet is and changing the products that you're using over time, it's going to get better and better and better anyway. So that's an idea. I also use a product called Headache and Pain Relief by Dehuti Matra, and I'll list his website also. I love him. I love him. He's like a celebrity herbalist, naturopathic doctor kind of a guy out of California, and he's got a website and lots of products, and he's very knowledgeable and he's very opinionated, and I love him. So I use a lot of his products also. I just don't have any of his actually right here handy. One of the big things to make sure that you're getting enough of is magnesium. Magnesium, I would say, I don't even know the numbers for sure. Oh no. I would say it's probably upwards of 90% of the population, something like that, is magnesium deficient. And magnesium is something that is so vital. You know, I mean, if you're somebody who gets like tight muscles and cramped muscles a lot, you want to look into like a vitamin D or magnesium deficiency. Those are two big things that can contribute a lot to those sore, achy muscles and stuff. But it's difficult to find a good supplement that actually is absorbable into your body. A lot of times when you get just the vitamins over the counter, whatever, they're processed and packaged in such a way, or the way the fillers that are in them or whatever, it's not a real easily digestible or easily assimilated product. So it's tough to find those good ones out there. Well, one of the really good ones that I have found when it comes to magnesium is this. This is Magnesium Calm. There's different flavors. We've got the raspberry lemon flavor. They call it the anti-stress drink. Balances your calcium intake, restores healthy magnesium levels. This is very good for just relaxing your body. It's very good for those achy muscles. It's very good for getting your bowels moving. Just all around very good supplement to take. Magnesium is a really important supplement. General health wise, you know, and instead of taking a multivitamin that's on the market or whatever, some of the things that I will take as an example, this is like one of the prenatal choices that I've made. That's really good stuff. Or I really like this company, and I use their Vitamineral Green. This is like that's like a multivitamin right there by itself. Now, it doesn't taste very good, so if you take the powder, which is really the best way to do it, put it in water and then put it in your mouth, because when you actually take things like that and it's in your mouth, it gets right into your bloodstream, and it's very fast acting that way. But you got to become accustomed to the taste, and that's especially right now with my gag reflex with my pregnancy. I can't really handle it much. My son takes it like that. He takes it like that. But for myself, I capsule this and I take it that way right now anyway. Another one of their products that I use, instead of using like an over-the-counter laxative if you're not moving your bowels, which is a very important thing to do, instead of taking those chemical laxatives, which are not good for you at all, to take something like their intestinal movement. That's a really good product. Something natural to stimulate your bowels, along with fiber. Oh, I don't have my fiber here. But you know what? I will show you the company. That was a good product there. I also use Super Aloe. Aloe is awesome for your digestive system, your intestines, all that stuff is extremely soothing. I need you to just not do that, please.
I want to show them too.
I know you do, but you need to let me finish. Aloe is really, really good for your digestive system. It's very soothing, and it helps to get your bowels moving big time, big time. So I really love this product, but this company, oops, that company does make like this apple cinnamon flavored fiber that I also use. I just don't have that handy, and I really like that one. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I didn't cover. He just keeps showing you stuff. I don't know, I think I kind of showed you the majority of what I've got in front of me. Like I said, I just wanted to give you some ideas of the types of things that we use, some alternatives to products that we all use every day, but there are healthier choices, because you want to really try to avoid as many of those chemicals as possible, because it is all of that stuff that when you, and my battery's going to die here in a second, so I hope I can get this done. It's all that stuff in combination, added up over time, that does such damage to your body, just does horrible things to your hormones, and it really just, it wreaks havoc on your body, especially when you're trying to get pregnant, have a good healthy pregnancy, and it's getting chaotic right now. So, you know what, I'm just going to have to cut this video off. And before my battery dies, you want to say bye?
Bye.
Okay. Bye, guys. Sorry about the train wreck of a video. And if you have any questions, just let me know. Bye.